Okay, let's start with the good news for all English native speakers. The next the next lecture will be in English, not like stated in the program that it will be in German. So let's start with another question. Who of you uses WordPress? Oh, a lot of you. And who of you did it with professional help? Well, quite a lot, because WordPress is very easy. It's installed in 5 minutes, and then you can help yourself by Googling. But we have someone, his name is Alex Frison. He says, improve your performance, SEO and security, use an expert. So welcome him on stage.
Hi. Thanks a lot for coming and taking your time for today. And the theme is today WordPress under the hood. Improve your performance, SEO, and security. And sometimes it's not only important to have, focus on content and everything, and design and social activity. It's also necessary to look under the hood. So I have to apologize. This session is not in German as announced. So if you have questions in German, ihr könnt dann da drüben hingehen mit den Männern mit den Hüten. Die können euch alles beantworten. Das sind WordPress-Experten. Wenn ihr Fragen dazu habt, geht ruhig rüber. Die sagen euch alles. Da vorne sind die mit den Hüten. Die verstecken sich noch ein bisschen. Jetzt kommen sie rüber. Also wisst ihr dann Bescheid. Okay, so let's continue in English. And just who are we? We are Inpsyde. We are the biggest German WordPress agency. And we are a VIP WordPress partner. And also WooCommerce expert worldwide, and we really know WordPress. So we are also distributed all over Germany and Switzerland and Austria. So we are a native remote company. And my name is Alex. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Maybe we don't have so much time because I have many slides today, but afterwards we can go there at the Blabster stand and we can talk there. That's not a problem. So my goals with this talk today, showing potentials to optimize your website, also make you aware of risk, and also make you think to do something about it. So this is my goal, and I hope I will meet them. So what are your daily goals for your website? Or at least your boss is saying. Anyone? Okay, everybody's quiet. So I guess it's more visitors, higher SEO ranking, more followers, more sales, and positive reputation, of course. So, and you probably have even more goals you want to meet with your website. So, to reach these goals, what do you need? You think like amazing design, valuable content, of course, beautiful images, extensive social network activity, great domain name maybe, and also awesome gimmicks and features. So I guess this is also many times in your mind what you need for a good website. But you can see it like Smashing Magazine. They do have a great and clean design. They have great content. They do have a lot of connection to network channels, and they have many great features and gimmicks on the website. But maybe that's not all. Sometimes you are also thinking about why I'm not getting better in SEO ranking. Why don't I get more followers, or why I'm not getting more visitors? Because you probably scratch on the surface. You just focus on the content and you focus on design and usability, but you don't really look under the hood, maybe the performance, security, and anything else. So maybe you can also end up like this, or you end up like this. But I don't want to scare you off too much, so let's go back to the slides and see what you have to consider. What you also need, like I said, is high performance, high security, and high code quality. So all of them are connected in one way or another, and they will help you to outperform your competition, and I will tell you why. High performance, why is high performance important? You see, like, slow page speed isn't good for user experience. I mean, you're losing visitors because they get annoyed if it's loading like this and this. You see? And also, like, slow page speed isn't good for SEO ranking, and you're not even winning visitors because they don't find you on the internet. So you see here a table. We had some fun to analyze all the websites of all the speakers here at this event. And as you can see, they didn't perform very well with their page speed. If you see, you can see a lot of red, a lot of yellow, and also green. On this board, 80% of these websites are powered by WordPress. And it's also possible that you can even have 0 points, as you can see on the top in the middle. So at our client Smashing Magazine, we do have a page speed of 98 of 100. Sometimes we do have 100 of 100, but it depends on their social ad network. And we also don't care about the design, features, and other gimmicks. We also care about performance, security, and also well-written code, which is very important for them. So what are the reasons for bad performances? Bad hosting. So I recommend avoid shared hosting and cheap hosting. Look for hosting which have good reputation, and also they are WordPress specific. So these are the best options you have, and avoid cheap hosting. Also, too many plugins. Check up, like your list of plugins. You probably have plugins you don't really know, or you don't even remember what they are for. And also, sometimes you have a plugin, it has tons of features, but you only need maybe 10% of this feature, and maybe you can find a lean and small alternative, or you can even write 2 lines of code, and then you have your feature there. So this is also very important. Then bad written themes and plugins. There are many themes and plugins out there, but many of them, they're also bad written. For example, theme developer, they don't really care about security or performance. They more care about the design and usability. So you also have to check out the themes. Are they minifying the CSS and JavaScript? Is the JavaScript loading in the footer? Or does the theme has the functionality already in it? Many themes are very popular. They have a lot of functionality in the themes already, but it's not good to have functionality in a theme. It's always better to have the theme for the design and plugins for the functionality. So you always should separate this. Also, no use of caching and CDN and minifying. If you nowadays you can use a caching plugin. There are so many out there. You can set up basic stuff, basic settings. If you want to set it up properly, you should ask an expert, because the settings are always different between the hosting and the website. And also, if you want, you can also install Varnish on your server, so it makes it even better. And also CDN. CDN provides high availability and performance, and requested files are not getting loaded from your server; they're getting loaded from the CDN. So you have better performance if many people are on your website. Another thing is social network and ad server integration. Many of them, they try to connect to the server or service, and then they slow down your website quite a bit. So avoid them, especially on the homepage, and don't use all social channels. Just use the most common ones, so your website is not slowing down so badly. Another thing is also images, of course. I mean, it's very common not to use like really big, original, big size images. Try also to use tools who are minifying your sizes of the images, but still have the same quality. And also, if you have small images, you can use CSS Sprite, and you have fewer requests. And also, what you can do is lazy loading, so you don't have to load all the images. If someone is going to your page, it's only loading the images when they scroll down and they really want to see the pages. So this one you have to see. Then there is much more, of course, but as I said, you can ask our expert there what you can do, and what are the reasons. But what is the worst case if you have a bad performing website? It crashes. It's not there anymore. Okay? So main reason for a website to crash at peak traffic. So Cyber Monday or Black Friday, Christmas sales, important event you have right now coming on or whatever, and also breaking news. If you have like something, special news, or something get hyped on your website, or you announce a new product or whatever, and your site crashes, it's not really good. So most of the time, a very bad timing, okay? And it can be prevented if you have a well-performing website and a good hosting. So now you know why it's important to have a well-performing website, I guess, I hope. Let's go to the, it doesn't go. Okay, so what are the effects of a crashed website? Losing reputation and trust, of course, if people are going to your website and see the website is down, they think, okay, the website is crap, so your product or your content is also crap. So that's not good. Not earning money or losing a lot of money, of course, if you have a shop or whatsoever, or you're blogging and you have affiliate, you don't get any money, of course. And losing visitors, especially new potential ones, if they go to your website the first time, they're not coming back properly because they think, okay, what the heck? What is this? I'm not going back and look for some alternatives. Also, having your second worst day at work. I'm telling you later why it's only your second day worst day, but it will be a really bad day and you don't want to have it every week. So I hope you get the thing like why it's important to have a good performant website. So let's go to high security. Why is high security important? So who thinks his website is secure? Raise your hand. Okay, don't be shy. All right, okay. So who have been hacked already? Okay. Okay, good. And so as you can see, 26% of all websites and 61% of all CMS systems are powered by WordPress. And because of the popularity of WordPress, many hackers like WordPress, okay? So, and sometimes you really put all your heart, your time, your money, your effort into the website. And it can happen that you end up like this, okay? This happens very often, so it's not a rare thing. I give you some stats. For example, in Alexa Top 1 Million, more than 70% of WordPress installation are vulnerable to hacker attacks. 70%. I didn't get any recent stats, so yeah, they are from 2012. Like 170 sites were hacked in 2012. You can be sure it is much more now because more websites, of course, and yeah, it will be triple or even more, whatever. A few big cases in 2014. July 2014, 15,000 WordPress websites were compromised due to a flaw in the plugin Mailport newsletter. It's a very popular plugin. Many people know it if they use WordPress. And they had a lot of trouble with it. And nowadays, they're really good in this case. If they have a glitch or a security leak, they patch it immediately and also inform all their customers. So they do it very well. But back then, it was a pretty big deal. Also, October 2014, hackers stole 800,000 banking credentials through WordPress websites. So that's quite a bit. And December 2014, 100,000 WordPress websites were hacked through a leak in the plugin Slider Revolution. I mean, many people who got hacked, they probably thought like, okay, because of this really not so important plugin, I got hacked and got a lot of trouble. You always should consider what kind of plugins you're installing and what are you using. Is it really necessary or is it just a gimmick? So think about twice what you're installing, okay? So the advantage and one of the reasons of the success of WordPress, ease of use and extensibility, is a disadvantage concerning security. And I'm explaining you why, because more features, less secure. I mean, like I said, there are 1,000 and 1,000 plugins and themes out there, and many of them are not really secure or bad written. So the risk is pretty high that you get one theme or plugin which is not really good. So check out the reputation, check out the theme, and if it's really good and is it secure. That's very important. Okay, so so dangers and reasons why a WordPress installation got hacked. Weak password, so this is very common. Don't use a short password, use special characters, and also change your password. Don't have just one password, that's also very important. Then not updated. Many times you just install your WordPress installation, you install some nice plugins, and you forget about it because you just focus on your content and on your marketing, on your social activity, and your followers and everything, but you don't. It's a low priority to update your website, and this is very important. Also, plugins and themes with bad written code, they have security lags. Like I said before, there are many out there. Also, plugins, they don't really care about the security or performance. They just care about the functionality. And the same also with the themes. They care about the design and the usability, not really about the security. It's a lower priority for them too. So cheap hosting, like I said, it is cheap, so they don't have money for security. They don't spend too much money for security, so avoid cheap hosting, really do. lack of expertise and precaution, and the easiness of WordPress. You know, nowadays it's very easy to create a website with WordPress, so mostly everyone can do it, and so people who do this, they're not really aware of risk and security, so they don't even care. And this makes it also a security risk. So, as you can see on the list, at the end of the day, it's not WordPress or whoever, it's the website owner or the administrator who is the security threat number one. So 95%, it is a smart website owner or administrator whose fault it is why the website is not secure. It's not WordPress. WordPress has very rare times. WordPress core is the reason of being hacked. If they have a security leak, they fix it within 1 day and inform everybody so you can update. And it's up to you if you update or you just say, okay, I'm waiting for several weeks or month or whatever, But sometimes it happens and then you get hacked before you update. So it's not WordPress, and most of the time it's not only like the plugins or whatsoever, it is the website owner and administrator. So it's you. How do WordPress sites get hacked? Hosting, 41%, quite a bit. So as I said, cheap hosting, they don't care about security because they don't have the money for it. Themes. Also the same, themes are taking care of the design and usability, and this is also a risk. Plugins, 22%. Most of the plugins who got hacked through this, they are outdated. It's not because they're bad, they're just outdated. Nobody did update them. And also 8% only weak passwords, so many people get it now to have a strong password nowadays. All right, so what are the effects of a hacked website? Not earning money or losing a lot of money, of course, this is a no-brainer. And you will have also many costs afterwards. Losing visitors, especially new potential ones, forever. I mean, if somebody is coming to your website and see, okay, it's hacked or it's banned or whatsoever, they don't trust you, they don't come back. They will find some alternatives. And then losing a lot of reputation and trust, years to earn, seconds to break. So your loyal customers, they probably leaving your website because they're afraid that they get any virus on their PC or they're losing their identity. So this is really, really tough one. And losing your good SEO ranking because you get removed from search and result pages, and it takes days or weeks to come back to the result pages. For example, before you get hacked, you're on page 1, position 2, and after that you get back on the result pages, you're probably on position 5 on page 8. So you really know how hard it is to come to the first page or second page. So you should avoid that. Then also you get blacklisted, your emails, so that means you cannot reach with your email any partners or clients, and also your coworkers, they cannot send any emails because they are banned, and you get trouble with them, and also maybe you're losing very important emails you have to send out, so this is not good too. And last but not least, phishing, stolen data. I mean, there are many big companies, they have trouble with this, and this is not good, and you will make many customers very angry and losing them. So it is very expensive to get hacked. And this, when you see this list, this is your worst day at work, okay? If you get hacked, it will be troublesome for you for weeks. So try to avoid it. Are you even prepared for this? I mean, this is also a question. Okay, you're thinking, okay, I have everything, but do you have a master plan? Do you have like a person who knows what to do? Do you have like something to restore and everything? It's also very important to backup always, because if not, then you're screwed. I mean, nowadays there are many backup plugins like BackWP Up. For example, you can easily set up a backup, and I would recommend what many people do. They back up their backup on the same system or same server as the website. Don't do this. Put it on Dropbox, put it on Google Drive or wherever, but don't put it on the same server. So avoid this. And also take care of monitoring and to see if any threats are coming. So be prepared, okay? So, measurements for better security. This is a long list, but this is a tiny part of like what you can do. The list is much, much longer. And nowadays there are also some security plugins like Securi or WordPress and anything like this. They don't cover everything, so it's always important to have more measurements than like a plugin. And many times it's good to have an expert who can do the measurements for you. And so it's harder for the people to get hacked. And also you have to remember security will never be 100% sure. I mean, it's never 100%. If somebody is saying, hey, your website is 100% secure, they're just lying. It is a mindset, it's not a state. Okay? So I hope you get an idea of how important it is to have your website secure. So, third point, last but not least, high code quality. Why is high code quality important? Clean and lean code leads to better SEO, because clean and lean code is also better for your performance, which means better SEO. So also take care of this one. Bad written code tend to be buggy, so people getting on your website and they probably get annoyed because something is not working, or you're even losing sales because your shopping cart is not working or whatsoever. So it's also very important to have a good and well-written code. Also, bad written code in long term is more expensive. Of course, if you have to rewrite to fix bugs and everything and losing potential clients, it's also not a good thing. So it's very important that you have well-written code in there. And also, sometimes you're hiring a very expensive SEO agency instead of just checking your code, which is much better to perform on the SEO ranking. And also, bad written code leads to security leaks. Of course, you just saw where you can end up if you have some security leaks. So many times it's more expensive if you save on money for the hosting, for the developers or anything like this. It's better to have something who is an expert or quality hosting. So in conclusion, so that you don't end up like this, it's very important that you have a good code, to have a good foundation, to have a better performing website and also secure website. And if you have any questions, go ahead. We do have time. I was very quick. So, and if you have also a question afterwards, there are my colleagues also. They can answer you all the questions in German or in English, whatever you want. And yeah, thanks a lot for your time. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something about it. Any question or?
Yeah, we still have time for questions.
Yeah.
So, just a moment.
May I ask you about your opinion about Jetpack?
You also have to ask yourself, do you really need all the functionality or not? And we don't use it at all. I mean, because it's a nice gimmick. You have many functionality in one plugin, and it's secure because it's also made by Automatic itself, and they're really taking care of security. You also have to, like I said before, WordPress is secure. The system is secure. They also have. It's the only open source system which has a dedicated security team, just for security. So in security, it's good. Performance-wise, it depends on how many features you really need.
But what's the alternative? My theme, for example, comes with Jetpack.
What's the alternative to it?
My theme comes with Jetpack, and they recommend my theme, my WordPress.
Oh, okay.
Theme.
WordPress theme.
Yeah.
Check out themes. They don't have a lot of functionality. Like there are many on theme forests. They don't really, the code is not very well most of the time. Or there are some themes like Avada or something. For a beginner, it's pretty cool because you have so many features on there, and you can do so many things. But it's really heavy. It needs a little bit to load and everything. But it's not. They try to be more secure, but there are many out there. They have many features and functionality, and it's great and it's good looking and all this stuff. But for performance, if you really want to be professional, if you have your own website and just for a hobby, it's fine. But if you want to be professional and really be better than now, then you really should have a theme just for the theme, for the design.
But how to judge that? I spend a lot of time finding a lean and well-coded theme.
Yeah.
And then it came with Jetpack. That's the recommendation. and it's really hard to find a good theme.
I mean, we judge it because we can see or we can read the code. You only can judge it because reviews, reputation, and all this stuff. And like I said, look for a theme which doesn't have any functionality, because it's lean normally, and just use plugins for the functionality you need. So it's difficult if you don't know the code. So that's how it is. Any other question?
I don't see any, but I have one. Because I don't know if you already talked about it, because I was talking to the next speaker, but did you talk about the Instant Articles plugin?
No.
Is it, so what do you think about that?
The Instant Articles plugin?
Yeah, it's coming. Facebook Instant Articles plugin.
What is it doing?
Making every single blog article in an instant article on Facebook. So you don't have to leave Facebook anymore. Just WordPress is just delivering the content, and it's already inside Facebook.
I mean, like I said, you can, social plugins, most of the time they are very performance heavy because they're connecting to the other service. And even though you don't need them, so you really have to consider and to check out, are they really good and performing or not. So we saw many clients' website, they have connection to Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, Xing, and whatever, and some others we didn't even know, but they want to have to be connected to as many social channels as possible. And it is really like a performance issue. And you have to consider it. And sometimes some plugins are very well written, but still they have to connect to the other service. And this takes a little bit of performance.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, then
No question?
thank you very much.
Thank you.